Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. Man to right with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feel me tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base, hit the links, after your mace. We trace the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for here's a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Salute everyone. Welcome to Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. It's your host is with the most, man. It's your man Divine in the building. We're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna talk about the draft situation. We're gonna talk about this Knicks team moving forward. We're gonna get into everything, man. But first and foremost, salute to all the fathers out there, biological, mental, spiritual. I don't care what it is, man. Salute to all the fathers out there for holding everybody down, man, and helping rise our good young ones and older ones as well, because they out there now. All of our kids are turning the age, but truth to all the fathers, man. Real talk, man. That's what it's about. So I'm excited for it, man. For all the brothers out there doing a good thing, man. And I know some of them going through it, but that's right, man. Maintain, man. We'll help them see grow, man, prosper, so we can carry on tradition. You already know, but yeah, man, I'm excited. Juneteenth, salute to Juneteenth, man. Y'all know what we go through. You know what we've been through. You know what we're trying to get to. So it's Juneteenth, man. Everybody keep it moving, man. We in the building for sure. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. And salute to Shaw Powers. Salute to KJ Events, my partners in crime. They out there, them dads doing their thing. To my brothers, man. Real talk. To my Real Talk brothers, Shaw Powers, KJ. Happy Father's Day. And appreciate the love, man. Real talk, man. Let's get it, man. But yeah, man. The season is finally, the off season is finally upon us. As I predicted, Golden State Warriors in 6. I called it on the nail on that one. I just thought that them cats had too much offense against, number 1 and number 2 defense in the league, but their offense was better. And I knew that Curry would prevail because they just who they are. But, salute to the Nets, though. Not the Nets. I meant to say Boston were trying to do it, but wasn't their time, man. So, but right now it's Knicks time, though. Time for the Knicks to start making them strides and get ready to get there, man. But salute to the chat. Salute to everybody out there, man. Will, my man Lonnie Hebrew, AK salute. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. The all season, that's where it all starts now. The all season is finally here. We're going into the draft Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day that was. It is, man. We're gonna see what the Knicks are gonna do. What they're gonna try to get in the draft, if they're gonna, make anything happen in the draft. So they would have got their eyes set on a certain guy out there, from what I hear out there. The Javen Ivey thing is out there. Talented brother, though. He's a talented young man. The Knicks fit that young man to the equation without giving up something that we don't need to give up. I just think it could be a beautiful thing brewing in New York, man. So let's hope that the Knicks do the right thing and we go ahead and get a piece that we need to add on to this core, man, and make Knicks even more relevant going forward, man. So it is a big week, Will. Real talk, man. It's a very big week, but I'm excited about it. I know the Knicks will get out there and do their thing, and they're gonna make it happen. So we can go in there and capitalize, like I said, man, and just bring something home to help add on to that nice core that we already got down there. So I think it's gonna be fun. I'm beyond pins and needles, man, hoping that if they make a move to move up to the 7th or 4th, move up and get some guys up there. I got the great video about the cats in the draft. I'll throw that up there, man, and see all the players in there from 1 to 30. That I think is relevant, and y'all just check them out and see if anybody out there that's going to be appeal to us. But I do know we definitely going to be in the building. I know that the Knicks conglomerate going to be there, trying to do what they can do to bring Knicks some a play. So that's what it is. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, like I said, I'm ready to see what we're going to do. If we're going to do any trades, hopefully do some trades out there to make this team a little different. break up the monotony a little bit, bring in a little bit more talent, and take out some of the talent that we got there that I think best to move on to another team and help them do something. For the Knicks though, it's a couple of guys that we like to see kind of, go their ways and have a good career somewhere else, and let us bring somebody in here that's going to help get it popping for us. So I think that's what the Knicks should be looking at, trade wise, how you're going to free up some cap space to get a free agent if possible, because we don't have the cap space to really do nothing. So hopefully that they can just wheel and deal some contracts, maybe take back some second rounders or whatever. But be able to free up some of them players, man, or bring in a player that you're not even here, but he's not gonna be relevant to the roster. He just one of the 15 men. Then you get somebody to fill in them other voids. So it's gonna be really interesting from here to training camp, man. We got a lot of things popping off. I think a lot of fan base looking for this team to get better and look to go to another step. But at the same time, developing that good youth that we had, because we really got a nice young core of youth down there. I know we want our cake and eat it too. We want the team to get better and get to the playoffs and make some noise, but at the same time, we got to make sure that we developing the young talent that's down there. You know what I mean? That's on that Knicks team, man. When I mean quickly, Obi, RJ, you know what I mean? All these guys, man. Cam Reddish, Sims, we got some good young talent down there, man. And I think if we keep seeing them, man, they keep playing and keep getting better, then that's only going to make that team better. So we just got to do some tweaking and some, a little bit tweaking to the lineups. And try to get in a couple of players that's going to really move us forward, man. So we'll see that go, man. And but I'm excited about it. The Julius Randle saga always going to be there for now until the season starts, whether he's going to be here or not. That's going to be something that's going to kind of be out there for a while. So until just pretty much we know it's not going to happen. Me as a fan, I'm good either way. I think it's a win-win no matter what. I think Julius Randle is a talented player. So if he happen to come back to the season and don't have to go through the stuff he was going through, then yeah, you keep him here. But if you think it's a little bit too much, then I guess that's between the Knicks organization, Julius Randle, what they're going to do with that. But as far as I'm concerned, and if you let him go, then you probably get a higher draft picks or maybe some aspiring contracts and freeing up some roster spaces for people like Obi can get up to the top and shine. Bringing a young cat in the draft, and I think where the Knicks presently constructed, if you bring in somebody from the draft, you don't even know they're gonna play the way this team is constructed right now. So you wouldn't even know if these guys are gonna play or not. So let's hope that they do some wheeling and dealing, man, or free up some spots and get this team some young energy. But at the same time, bringing some players here that's a little bit more savvy, got a little bit more knowledge to help add on to it. But let's see if we can bring Mitchell Robinson back. Other than that, man, it's going to be pretty much the next couple of months going to be really interesting, man. It's going to be July and August and September. We just going to be seeing what's going to go on. But free agency start, I guess, next week. Then we see what's going to happen there. So I think there's going to be a lot of things going on this week for sure around the Knicks and the NBA. Because, like I said, you're going into the draft and free agency period. So it's going to be pretty wide open the next couple of weeks. But we're going to see what the Knicks are going to do. That's my first and foremost concern is what the Knicks are going to do. And I'm hoping that we do. There's a lot of scenarios out there. And I would love to see us go out there and bring up some talent to this team. And if they do that, I think that'd be awesome, man. Yo, salute my brother KJ Events. Salute. Happy Father's Day, Coach. You already know, man. Thanks for holding us down. Real talk. KJ Events, my partner in crime right there also. Out there doing the Father's Day festivity thing, man. So salute. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to some good things, man. I really am, man. I'm excited about this Knicks team moving forward, to be honest with you. I know it may seem like we had a bad season because we didn't make the playoffs, but we also had some key players in that team that wasn't there that made the season a little, out of sync. Let's just say that because, Derrick Rose, Nerlens Noel, Kemba Walker, man, that we're missing that didn't help us none. I believe we would have had them three players here available this season, might have been a whole different outcome. I think Alex Burks wouldn't have been the point guard. He would have kept that firepower on the bench. If Derrick Rose would have been here, we'd have kept that firepower on the bench. If Nerlens was here, we'd have kept that defense anchor on the bench. But, man, when you lost all that, man, you lost almost like 20-something points, almost 10 rebounds, 9 assists in that lineup because the guys who took place of it didn't really do too much. So you lost a lot of production when them guys went down. So 37 wins wasn't bad, but I know if them guys was there, we might have been singing something different in New York last year. So I'm not at all disappointed. I'm disappointed that we didn't get where we wanted to go, but I am also happy and optimistic about what we got. I hope the Cam Reddish thing work out. I want to see Grimes and all the guys take their second-year steps. Take their second-year steps and quickly, and Obi going to their third year, take their steps, and Knicks going to be a better team next year. I could book that. We'll see what they're going to do, but I think they're going to be a better team. Yeah, absolutely, Will. I'm glad you put that because I'm with you on that, man. I know, and I know he had a tough year, Will, but I think that man, I just think that he got talent. You know what I mean? And maybe with the right point guard or whoever, I wouldn't even have a problem if you draft if you can get Jaden Ivey without giving up Randall and let Jaden Ivey run the point guard for the Knicks. If he's that bona fide, whether I don't know if he's gonna be the point with him and quickly in the backcourt with RJ, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But to be honest with you, if you had someone lucky was able to land Jaden Ivey with the fourth pick, if you get there and you still don't move Randall and you sign Mitch, I don't have a problem going into the season with Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Jaden Ivey, and Emmanuel quickly, let's just say. Yeah, I think it's a nice starting lineup. So I would love for that thing to happen, man. And if it is, maybe Julius Randle, having a point guard like a guy like that who, demands some attention as well might help the Knicks. So let's see. But it's in many ways, they're gonna go. And if you do move Julius Randle, then you talking about Jaden Ivey. If you were to get him with with Jaden Ivey, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, it's crazy. So the Knicks got a good thing going on here, and if they don't get Jaden Ivey, then whoever they get from the 11th, from the 11th on or whatever, I think they're going to get somebody that's decent. So I think the Knicks will be all right in that area, because I do think whoever they get at that pick going to be all right. I think they're going to be fine, and I think you add it with the talent that we have, I think we should be good. So let's see how it goes, man. And I hope the thing come out right for us. And if it come out right for us, then so be it. We'll roll with it that way. But I'm good with it. I really am, man. I'm excited whoever we get. We got some good talent in the draft. From I probably 1 to 30. They're gonna make it in the NBA. I put it like that. I don't see too many potential busts in this lottery. In this draft, not the lottery, beg your pardon, the draft period. Sorry about that. I don't see too many busts in there. A lot of guys are qualified and bona fide enough to make the NBA. So, but even at 1 to 15, I think you got a really good player from 1 to 15. I think you're gonna be all right there. I think any team get in the top 15 should be fine. And you also got sleepers down there in the lower end of the draft. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a possibility for a lot of teams to come out of there and definitely be able to come out with a quality player that's going to help them benefit their team one way or the other. Because I'm hoping, knowing that we're going to draft that number 11. So I don't think no Nick, salute everybody, salute still Nick fan. Ronald John, just let me show you some love, and you brothers are doing your thing down there in NBK. Thanks for keeping that content going. Hey, Ron and John, still Nick fan. Y'all make sure y'all go check the brothers out down on NBK with Sim and the fam and them. They got it popping, and y'all keep it moving, man. Y'all keep it moving, though. Real talk. I see great brother doing great things, man. People making it happen. So salute to still Nick fan. But yeah, man. As far as that, man. Also, what I'm excited about is that Amanda quickly about to go in here and see if he can be a part of this thing, man. Knicks moving forward. That can determine what type of point guard we might got to get in the draft or whatever the case may be. So, it's going to determine a lot of things in the draft. But if Emmanuel quickly can get it popping, that might change the game up. The Knicks might say, you know what? If we think Emmanuel quickly and Derrick Rose or Emmanuel quickly and McBride, whoever the case may be, if the Knicks think that them guys can do something moving forward, then they might go to the wing spot. You know what I mean? They might change up, go to the wing spot and and look at somebody, some forwards. You know what I mean? Look at some wings. We got a lot of guards in New York right now, believe it or not. So if we don't move up, when you think about, we got about 5 or 6 guards literally in New York. So it might be good to go at the wing position. Or I would love to see like a 6'10", 6'11" backup power forward, a stretch big, and backing up Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? Something like that I would love to see, because we got enough guards, man. But if you other than Jaden Ivey and a couple of guys in there that that you have to get because they that talented, you don't want to leave no talent off the board. So even if it's a guard that's talented that we got to do, you know what I mean? And let Tibbs and the organization figure the rest out. You know what I mean? So if you bring in a player that's just that nice, I don't care what position it is. You know what I mean? Walt Perrin know what he's doing down in New York. We got one of the better scouts for talent in the business. Him and Him and Scott Perry, they pretty good evaluators of talent. So I know Walt Perrin know what to go out there and get. But I do believe that we go get some some length. Let's just say, without Nerlens Noel, our only tall dude was Mitchell Robinson because Jericho Sims really like a power forward, and him and Todd, so he was the only 7 foot. A big that can cause a problem down there. Allow Robert Williams, all these guys. So I think who we get like me, Jeremy Shohan. I mean that's a guy like that, man. If you could back up Randall or back up somebody, he's another guy that you would love to see in New York uniform if we happen to have a free power forward spot like that, because that young man got some defense. He could play down. He can get down there for Baylor. That boy know how to play some basketball. So, let's see what his stock going to be like moving forward, and what they're going to do with him. But it's a lot of guys out there for the calling, for the Knicks, man. So we'll see what we do. We'll see what we do and see how we approach this thing, man. And hopefully we approach it a certain way and we wind up getting something good. Real talk, man. So, I'm excited, man. I can't wait for the next week, man. Let these days roll by. Not trying to rush time or rush life, but I'm really interested to see what the Knicks going to do moving forward. Because after this here is, like I said, free agent, this summer league come around. What's going to happen down there? We're going, any of these players in the draft going to be going to summer league. Probably with Jericho Sims and McBride and Grimes and again. The Farian Hunt, you never know. So I was going to be interested to see what this draft do, man, and what we take at this, the 11th and the 42nd. If we take 2 of them picks, then we got 2 young talent that's either going to be one going to be on the team or one going to be down in the G League or whatever. Because like I said, with the way the Knicks are presently constructed right now, I don't think you're going to see a lot of playing time for guys that, right now with all the young stuff we got down there now, man. And we got a lot of people down there, like 19. We got about 8 young boys, 9 that's under 25 years old for the Knicks. So, you sprinkle a couple of veterans way here and there. We got a real young team. You take out Todd Gibson, Derrick Rose, and Burks and Kemba Walker. Our team is pretty young. They're pretty young. So we just added more young talent to the equation, I guess. And unless they get wheeled and dealed, and then next thing you know. But I'm on the Jaden Ivey bandwagon, y'all. I'm telling you now. If any scenario, I'm on his bandwagon. I think the brother's just that bona fide. I really do. I think he's gonna be that one in the league. I think he really got some star potential there, and he got a good. This cat determined, man. He already talking about summer league, rookie of the year, want to be MVP, blah blah blah. When you got somebody who got that swag and that cockiness like that, as long as the skill back it up on the court, then you got a monster on your hand because his confidence is at another level. I'm like, this kid already talking about every step that he's talking about taking is where any NBA person who a true real ball player, he want to be that dude that win a ring, and them the type of cats you got to watch out for, because they ain't coming in all about the glit and the glamour. This cat talking like, listen, this is what I want to do: rookie year, summer league, rookie of the year. And then he went on to the playoffs, then he went on to championship. I'm like, this kid is. He getting it. He get it. So let's see if the Knicks can pull something like that off, man. Ain't got no problem with my boy Jaden Ivey. Real talk, man. That's that guard we've been looking for the last 20 years. With somebody that talented. We got one already on the hand on RJ Barrett, who I think is personally going to be a monster. You can do all the hating on that cat you want. RJ Barrett's going to be the real deal. He already becoming that. So to add another guy like that, to put with him, that two literally could take you, them two could take you another 7-8 years. RJ Barrett and Ivy will be crazy because we ain't had that in a while. That's dynamic. So that, with all the young talent we got around them, Cam Reddish pop, Obi come back the way he was playing at the end of the year, he pop, Amino quickly pop, Grimes get back off that injury at the end of the season, come down there popping, knocking down threes in his second year, now he's been around the NBA 1 year, he's gonna get better at it. He kind of understanding now. So I'm expecting Quentin Grimes to come back and lighten it up. So best believe me, we got some good young talent down there, man. We can't compare him to the John Morant's on the world, but you can compare him to, if you want to say the guys like Desmond Bane and all these guys and Sadiq Bey, we got that on our team. We got a Cam Reddish like that. We got a guy literally, with the playing time, can do just about anything any other one of the young boy can do. And I think Cam Reddish on a contract year got something to prove. You know what I mean? He was just starting to come into his own when he got to the Knicks. But man, you know, I'm looking forward to that, man. Yeah, I agree with you, Parrish. I ain't mad at that, brother. I ain't trying to mess with them two. That's why I'm hoping they move around. I could see Jaden and Ivy and quickly in the backcourt with R.J. Barrett and Obi Toppin at the 4 and Mitch at the 5. I don't got no problem with that. I just think that's where the Knicks organization need to go, and that even with Mitchell Robinson's extension, the payroll on that starting lineup, even if you extend Mitchell Robinson, you wind up getting Jaden Ivey, and you got Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, R.J. Barrett, Ivy, and quickly, your starting payroll is not even $45 million. I mean, about $50 million. You think about it. Mitchell Robinson, $15 million, hypothetically. R.J. Barrett making $10 million. That's $25 million. Then you got Obi Toppin making $6 million, $31 million. Then you got Manuel quickly making, let's say, $3 million. That's 34. And then you got 10 for Ivy. $45 million payroll, that talented in your starting lineup. You gotta go. You gotta do that. You know what I mean? And then you talking about $45 million this year. I'm saying, you know what happens after this year. But even for 1 year, think about talent like that, and the whole starting lineup salary combined is roughly $40-something million. And look where your salary cap is at. Your salary cap is almost at $100-something million. You still got if this whole thing went the other way, and the Knicks took away all them contracts out of here, you'll be going in you still got almost $80 million to spend, counting that starting lineup right there. $44 million in the starting lineup, and counting what you can get with $80 million. If we was in that scenario, we not, because you know that's not the case. But I'm just saying, can you imagine if the Knicks was rolling like right there? Now that's why I kind of like if we could shed them big contracts to Julius Randle and Evan Fournier's and them cats, and all the other ones, the expirants. Man, you talking about building a foundation. If you draft Jaden Ivey with that lineup I just said, and you happen to be able to do it now, you could bring RJ money back in the equation the next year. You could bring Cam Reddish money back into the equation next year, and so on and so on. So that's why I'm pretty much happy with that, man. I really am. I think, you know, all the stuff we talk about our Knicks, man, and all the stuff people want to say, but you know what though? They're in a good place. They're in a good place structurally, draft pick wise, money wise. They got aspirants there. Hey man, listen, ain't no hating on Father's Day. Them boys, they get Scott Perry and them flowers, man. You know, they got the Knicks organization in a good place. Now it all depends what they're gonna do with it. Now we're gonna see what happens, you know, moving forward. But I do believe right now, we in a good place in New York. You know what I mean? We just got to capitalize, man. You know, we had a little setback this year, but you know, it is what it is. But listen, man, let's get into these this draft, man. Let me show y'all some of these cats that's going to be in the draft. A couple of quick minute video, man. Y'all check out the players, and then we'll talk about it on the other side, man. You know, here go the cats in the draft. It's Knicks Real Talk, and man, Divine. Let's get it. We in the building. We're gonna get it popping, man. I'll be right back. You know, and let's look at this video right here and let's get it popping. Yeah, salute. There you have it, man. There you go, man. Knicks Real Talk, man. We back in the building, man. Sorry for the long video, but I want to get all the players in there, man. Let you see you in that who's gonna be in that top 30, man. What's out there for the New York Knicks and all the other teams in the NBA. I know everybody ready to get it, man. There's an exciting couple of days coming up, man. I know everybody anticipating. They drilling about the rush. These young men know they got a chance to go to the NBA. They know they got a chance to go to the next level. So, it's gonna be real interesting to see how this thing pan out moving forward, man. And I'm happy for these young men. They've been playing basketball through the AAU circuit all around, trying to get it popping, man. And going to school, trying to also get that supreme education. Now to be able to get ready to get drafted in the NBA got to be a special feeling. So it's gonna be pretty funky, as they would say, man, and live, draft night, man. I'm excited about it. Let's see what we're gonna do, and see how that's gonna affect the Knicks and what we're gonna do to get it popping. It's a lot of scenarios out there. I'm gonna salute to the chat, man. Everybody, Real Talk, man. Y'all make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Knicks Real Talk, let's get it. I'm in the building. Salute to KJ and Shop Howard, my brothers, my partners in crime. I'm holding it down for them tonight, man, because I know they out there doing the Father's Day thing. So salute. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward. I'm excited what we're gonna do, man. Even though it's not a top 3 pick, I'm still excited about it. Believe it or not, this is one of the most excited 11 picks for me. Being a Knicks fan, even though it's 11 pick, it's exciting. Like, okay, what they gonna do with it? Is they gonna move it, trade up, blah blah blah? Salute King Ribby, my brother, King Ribby. Salute, Real Talk. What they gonna do? What they gonna move up? They're gonna use it. They're gonna trade out. They're gonna put in a deal for a quality player. It's gonna be a lot of interesting scenarios on draft night. So let's hope that the Knicks be a part of it, and then they get back something. Peace to the God of Allah, wise, Real Talk. Hopefully we be in the mix, man. We make something happen that's gonna benefit the team and the organization moving forward. A young piece we could say for the next 4 years. We're gonna look at this man hopefully being a rotation for the New York Knicks or grow with the organization and represent the city, and represent the New York Knicks and help us bring some more talent here. So I'm excited about it, man. But looking at them guys on the board, man, obviously, Jabari Smith is that dude. I think he's got a lot of potential there too, and so does Chet Holmgren and all them guys, man. Bonchero, they all talented dudes, man. I would love to get if it ain't Jaden Ivey, I wish I could get somebody like that. One of them, especially them 3 boys up front with that 6'10" and up game. I love to see what them dudes play in front or with or around Obi Toppin and if not, if Richard Robinson don't come back, whatever, man. But to have a 6'10", 6'11" cat can get it, I think that'd be awesome too. The Knicks can use a little talent, a little height, like I said. I think it's real good, man. So I'm like I said, for it to be a 11th pick, you still got to feel good about our chances of drafting pretty well and Walt Perrin, I trust. So that makes me feel good about we since he came aboard, we done drafted pretty decent. And I think he hit the nail on the head with Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly. I think they hit the nail on the head with that. I think they hit the nail on the head with Grimes and McBride and Sims. I think they hit the nail and Jokic over there in Europe. So I think they did well, for drafting. Now this could be another big one for Walt Perrin, but I believe in his skill set and what he could do as a scout. So I'm comfortable with that, man, for sure. But let's Paris said, I want the 13, 15 for Charlotte or the 11 for the 23. That's decent, Paris, Real Talk. And two times. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, if you're gonna lose Mitchell Robinson, Paris, I ain't got no problem with that right there. If you're gonna lose him. You can always get that man with that boy Williams who win them picks, Tyree Eason or whatever. There's some cats you can get there. Jalen Doran, if you lose Mitch and you can get that for Mitch if we had to because of no choice and with a sign and trade with Charlotte, I'd take that and run with it. The 11th, 13th, and the 15th. Oh man, listen, you could will and deal that and probably get Jaden Ivey. And throwing another pick for next year, so that's a good call right there, brother. Yeah, goodness. So, but that's a good thing, man. That's a position that the Knicks are in, though. Parrish, that's what you got to salute them cats, man. Up in the front office because Just when we thought, we had enough of the Mills and the Fizdale and all them, you bought it when Scott Perry came to this organization. The Knicks turned around and look where we at. Draft picks out the bunch. We good with cap space. This was his doing, not Leon Rose. None of them. This was Scott Perry's doing. Cap space, tradable assets, not long-term contracts, but Julius Randle, aspirants, and you drafting well. So just got to keep it going. I think so. But we can really get some. Boy, that's why I think people underestimating about that about our talent. But I think we got enough to will and deal with anybody. And like what? I don't think we're gonna lose him, man. I don't think we're gonna lose Mitch. I think they're gonna sign Mitch. I just got that feeling, man. I think the Knicks know what they got in that, man. Let's not, the Knicks can't be that. Listen, they ain't gonna let Mitchell Robinson go for nothing. They know what they got down there with that boy. You know what I mean? And just give him this money, man. Keep that. He's the defense anchor for the New York Knicks. And I get you want these guys who could score baskets. A lot of people want, everybody want guys who could score baskets, shoot bigs, who could shoot from, but they don't give you all the other aspects of the game that Mitchell Robinson do. And I wouldn't lose that. You need to put talent. You need to put offense talent around Mitchell Robinson. He don't have to be the offense talent. You just put the offense talent around him and let him dominate the way he do. And I just think we good. So I'm hoping we don't lose this wide. I really don't, man. I think me, I'm a Mitch Homer, man. I think that young man, he got something to give for the Knicks. You know what I mean? 5 years, he'll be here 5 years. I just think we got to hold on to him, man, and by all means, you know what I mean. But that we got some good players down there, and I think they're gonna sign Mitch. If they don't, that Paris Smith deal would have been crazy, though. If they didn't sign him, you had to do a sign and trade, the one Paris put out there. We don't pay. You know what? I don't know, man. I don't know you probably got to clarify that for me because I don't know Paris. I do think the Knicks. One thing about James Dolan, man, you might not like his antics, the way he run the organization, maybe like that, but he ain't never cheated the Knicks out of money. The Knicks would get it. They good at that. To me, to be honest with you, they good at paying their dues. You know what I mean? I think the Knicks. That's been their problem for all these years. They was overpaying cats. Giving cats contracts who didn't need it, who wasn't, I think that was their problem, you know what I mean, until Scott Perry came. And, in order for him to get back to where he had to get to, he had to take on $5 million contracts, clean this stuff up, you know what I mean, get the Porzingis stuff off the books, get all these crazy contracts off the book because they wasn't working. Like Porzingis, that was a great deal. Okay, what nobody say. He ain't been the same since. You know what I mean? So, and Tim Hardaway, look at what happened to Tim Hardaway last year. He was out the whole year. That's why Dallas probably couldn't even get nowhere further because he was out. So I think Scott Perry did the right thing coming in here, moving on from the Phil Jackson mess, start playing through the draft, building up the capital, the draft capital, getting these long contracts out of here. And he did. And even the ones we got now, they're not long. You know what I mean? Like Evan Fournier is the longest other than Julius Randle, but we signed him because we wanted him to be a franchise player. You know what I mean? Basically, one of our franchise players. So other than his contract, the Knicks can give it out to the right person. You know what I mean? I really believe that, but we don't need to go that route right now, man. We just need to keep elevating and building through talent, not buying talent. The people who won the NBA championship, after they developed their talent, they brought talent in there. That's everybody. After they, drafted Giannis and drafted Chris Middleton, everybody else came after them, but they did, start with that foundation. They both got max deals from the Bucks. So I think the Knicks will do the same. That's why I think Julius Randle, RJ right now, at look be our max players. And if you come through with that in New York, it is what it is. But I do think they will sign RJ, and I do think him and right now Julius Randle is them dudes until somebody come in there that's better than them. But I'm good with it. I mean, if you move Julius, then you can bring in it. You take that money, bring it to somebody who you think might be better than Julius down the line. But I do think we got them options. I understand, all this, all the nuance about the Knicks didn't sign nobody since then. I get all that, but this is a different Knicks regime, though. We can't compare the Knicks 2000, even 2016, because this is a new regime, new people. I know we talk about we ain't having signed nobody against Charlie Ward. No, I get all that, but this is a different regime, a different culture here now. You know what I mean? And I do think that Scott Perry, these guys got this thing right where they want it to be. You know, and I think they would sign RJ. And if Cam Reddish have a good year, even though we didn't draft him, I think they'll sign Cam Reddish to be show and prove. One thing about it, if you show and prove, they ain't got no choice but to sign you. Unless they gonna let somebody else go, they gonna get good talent away to somebody else. I don't think that's stupid. If he popped this year, they're gonna have to sign him because what they gonna do? They're gonna let him walk to somebody else. And you know he good enough. If he good enough to play at a lot of top teams, he should be good enough to play for the Knicks. So I think they're there now. You know, I think they're there now. I like what Scott Perry doing. They're keeping draft picks. They ain't trading guys. They even let Frank Ntilikina play out his 4 years. You know, they let Knox play out his 4 years until we got to this year to be trading for Cam Reddish. But at least these Knicks, you know, they let these guys stay for 4 years to your rookie contract. If you don't show and prove by then, normally they're just going to ship you out. You know what I mean? But I think they've been doing a good job of that for sure. But for this draft, man, I'm on the Jaden Ivey bandwagon for sure, man. I ain't, you know, and if not, you know, it's, you know, depending on if we can move up. If we can't move up, then, but we can move up to 7. You know, you got Ben out there, Ben Mathurin. I like him. Obviously, you know, Keegan Murray and them guys gonna be gone. You know, I like a lot of guys out there for sure, man. So I can't say that the Knicks gonna fold, you know, but it all depends what we do. What we got there now, I don't know. The Knicks might be feeling this way. They might draft somebody knowing that they're about to do. They might draft him now. You might not think he's the player. Why did they draft? Because they might say, well, before which time will be trading somebody. So even though on draft night, they might draft somebody just to know that they got somebody up. Like they right now, you know, the buzz out there, and Noel is out on the blocks. So at least you know they are making moves that way. Because right now, you know, you hear Nerlens Noel's name is out there. You know, and so we see that the Knicks trying to do something, and you know, they move Nerlens Noel, and then that might create something different. And then, you know, and I think they're gonna be willing and dealing in the next couple of weeks for sure, or the next week anyway. I think they're gonna go out there and make it happen. You know what I mean? And let's do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm ready now. I was a season starter already. I just think that we got to get back and make up for what we did this year. But I like what went on at the end of the year. But we need a young man coming out that draft. If he's gonna come here, you know, we got to move some people, man. Real talk. We just got to move some people. This draft pick right here is going to be determined what the Knicks going to do with that roster. Because you ain't drafting up a certain level and not let nobody play. Like right now, how important to you guys in the chat now? How important if the Knicks draft 11th? Do you think he should be in the Knicks rotation? Because it's 11th pick. If the Knicks draft on the 11th pick, do you think he should be in the Knicks rotation? If he the 11th pick this year, you know that's where I'm at. What are they gonna do with this pick this year? If it's 11th, is he gonna play? Obi played at the 8. Knox played at the 8th pick. Quickly played at the 20. Quickly the backup at the 25th pick. So, but now the way the team is presently constructed, you know, we got a lot of people down there. You know, so. Who does he move out? Does he move out Alex Burks? Does he move out Obi Toppin if Randall stays? Does he move out Jericho Sims? Does he move out Derrick Rose? Does he move out, you know, McBride, Grimes? Does he move out quickly? Is somebody in the top 11 that are talented to move out any of them players? We still got them on the team. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's that. So when we get to draft night, you know, and then we pick it at 11, you know, that's a tough call. Because you know, if the Knicks bring back everybody they got, other than, you know, he gonna have to fight to get in some rotation time in New York. So, do you think the 11th pick is worth riding the pine, or being out of the rotation? Are you happy with that? Long as he's talented, you draft him, he don't play at the 11th. Do you think anybody drafted at 11 should be playing in the NBA? Period. Just start. If you do, then the Knicks better make some moves. They got to make some moves because they gonna have no roster spots. Literally. And the people in front of like Cam Reddish is talented. So if he's a wing, and he's gonna beat out Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. If he's either 3 at the wing, whatever. And if he's a guard, is he gonna beat out Grimes and Emmanuel quickly? And Derrick Rose and Alex Burks, is that cat that talented to beat them boys out? And if you go to the power forward spot, is he beating out Obi Toppin? If he beating out these guys? So it's gonna be really interesting, man. I real talk, man. I'm hoping we make some moves, man. That what I'm just speaking about right now becomes obsolete. We don't have to worry about it. But that's why I want to move some of these veterans off this roster, like the Alex Burks and the Nerlens Noels and the Kemba Walkers. Yo, that's a wrap. That's a wrap to me. You don't need to experiment with that no more. To get that $20 million or almost $30 million off the 30 million, close to 30 million off the books, and get them boys get some players in there a chance to go in there and play. You know what I mean? That's just what it all boiled down to. You know what I mean? And the people, depending on who you got with them, they still good enough to help them. I think that team talented enough with the roster, with the lineup I said earlier, young with the right amount of veterans on the bench, still get you in the playoffs. I think they're that talented. I think Emmanuel Quickly, I think R.J. Barrett, I think Obi Toppin, I think Mitchell Robinson. I even think if it's hypothetically Jaden Ivey or Emmanuel Quickly and Quentin Grimes, I still think that's a decent team. And if whatever, depending on what you got coming off the bench, Cam Reddish and this and that, you go get the right veteran to go with them. You still got a playoff. I think you got a team cracking the playoffs. I just think that team would be fine to me. So we're gonna see how it goes, man. I'm excited about it. But if we can't get that pick at the fourth or the seventh, I'm with the Shohan thing. I'm with the I like Johnny Davis. I think Johnny Davis. My thing is, we got to move some people, man. We just got to move some people. And I do think Johnny Davis might beat somebody out in New York if you move the right person. So I do think guys like that can play and got a chance to be good in the NBA. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. I'm excited about it no matter what, because we got a lot of stuff going on. We really do. New York is about to get popping when it comes to the Knicks, as far as news-wise. Like I said, the draft, trades, free agency. It's over, but it ain't over. It's about to go down. You know what I mean? So we got some big decisions coming up. And, we're going to be locked in. Knicks Real Talk, let's get it. We here. All the other podcast family is there. You know what I mean? They're going to be dropping it. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about doing what we do. We do it for the love, not for the paper. You know what I mean? We doing it because we Knicks fans first and foremost before we podcasters, whatever. Knicks Real Talk is a diehard Knicks fan, and I try to bring it from the heart, but keep it 100 too when it comes to facts. We no hyperbole here. You know what I mean? So we always try to be on, try to bring truth to power here, man. I just like where we at as an organization, man. And I get all of the negative stuff sometimes, man, but it's a lot of politics going on in New York, Knicks land right now. It might not be on the level of, we in the first seed, or we got Kevin Durant, or it ain't even about that. Is what this direction this franchise is headed. And I think our franchise is headed in a good direction. So, all the hyperbole, I ain't with all that, man. I ain't got, me, I ain't got time for that on Knicks Real Talk. We want to keep it 100 here and just show some love. But first and foremost, happy Father's Day to all the brothers out there, man. And, just like I said earlier, man, whether you're biological, your mental, your spiritual, your step kid, whatever, your mentor, just be a father to him, man. You ain't got to fatten what to see to be the father, man. But mentally, man, y'all help take care of the young women and men out here, man. And just be them father, man. This your day, man. Your day is every day, but this your day right here, man. Salute to all you brothers out there, man. Real talk. We gonna keep it moving, man. You cats do a wonderful job out there for real. Despite what everybody say, man, just hold it down, do what you can do. Yeah, man. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the whole movement right now with New York. And I'm looking forward to what's gonna be happening in the next couple of months. Then we go into the 2022-23 season, see what we could do. See what we could do, man. I think this team would be back there. We were 4 games, and even though we had 10 shorter games this year, we were 4 games on the amount of wins that we had last year, and we still went through what we went through. Coming out of the gate, injuries, COVID, 8, 9 players, out of because of COVID, foul shooting. You think about this here, the Knicks would have 10 games, the Knicks would have hit over 70%. We would have been in the playoffs. I mean, just on that alone, I'm not even talking about the roster injuries. If the New York Knicks would have shot 75% from the free throw line this year, we would have been in the playoffs. So that's why I feel good about this team. You know what I mean? Is that they got talent down there. And like I said, they just got to go in the offseason and get it popping. And as I look across the university, everybody out there on the Twitter and everything, I see Knicks players working like they always do. They're having fun, but they're out there working. I seen Grimes working with Penny Hardaway out down there in Memphis. You know what I mean? I seen Cats at the Summit. You know what I mean? I know RJ tuning up for do what he's going to do over there in Canada. I see Mitchell Robinson, and they're shooting free throws in the gym over the summer. You know what I mean? And, Obi and them Cats, man, they represent, man. So I'm really looking forward to what's going on. Hey, Frank, man, you know what? Like I said, man, I love me some Julius Randle. I appreciate what that brother did for the Knicks, and it's never about trading him because he's not talented. But I also have no problem with giving Obi the keys right there. Here's what I say, and I'll let me elaborate on this here while I say this here. even if Obi Toppin take over the power forward spot in New York, and Obi getting you 17 a game, 7 rebounds, but your point guard it do what Julius Randle can do. See, that's my whole thing with the Julius Randle thing. I don't want Julius Randle out of here because of talent. I want him out of here because of position. Because I do think if you give Obi Toppin 36 minutes or 35, 34 minutes a game, even 30, Obi Toppin going to get you 17 points. He going to get you 8 off of fast break points alone. Real talk. Just off of fast break points, quickly he get you 8 points. So now that he's coming here shooting the 3-ball better, you know what I mean? He knocked down 2 threes in the game with them. That's 14 right there. I mean, the kid, I just think that if you move him to the power forward and you get somebody with Julius Randle's talent, put it at the 1. Now you got double trouble. Instead of just Julius Randle trouble, you got Obi Toppin trouble and point guard trouble for the opposing team. So that's where the trade comes in at for me. I'd rather trade talent for talent, but let it be at the position. I don't have a problem with Julius Randle, but if you can get a talent like Julius Randle, but put him at the 1, and I think you're talking about a whole different scenario in New York. You know what I mean? So now we got that one position. That's why if Jaden Ivey happened to come down the pipeline, I think the Knicks do what they got to do to try to get it. If they in the middle, which people say they are, they in there. I mean, they talking about it. If the New York Knicks is about just getting Jaden Ivey without sacrificing the infrastructure and setting the team back, you go get that. I mean, if you can get him, at least be in the bid for him. You know what I mean? Because that young man can help change his franchise in a whole other direction with that point guard spot, a shooting guard spot, him and Emmanuel quickly. I just think that's a lot to deal with on an opposing team in the backcourt. You know what I mean? So I just think that'd be nice. So let's see, man. I would like to see him get to make that move, man. I love Julius Randle, man. I think Julius Randle put the New York Knicks on his back last year. You know, he 24-11, you know, all-star, second team, all NBA, most improved. I mean, all that. You know what I mean? And so it's never about the talent for me. It's that I think it's easy to get talent at that position in the NBA. It's hard to get talent at the 1. You know what I mean? You only got so many dope point guards out here in the league. You know, and the New York Knicks team been missing that for a long time. So, you know, let's hope that we can prove that this year. I know one step would be if we don't do nothing else, start Emmanuel Quickly. I think Emmanuel Quickly is the best point guard on the Knicks right now, other than Derrick Rose, obviously. But Derrick Rose ain't starting material to me. Leave him on the bench. But other than Emmanuel Quickly, I think you can get a Jaden Ivey here to go with RJ Barrett or Obi Toppin, man. It's just the right thing to do. You know what I mean? So let's hope that they can pull that off. But yeah, Frank, man, you've been on that for a minute, man. That trade to Portland. You really been on that for a while, man. And I definitely, if they can pull that off, I like that as well, man. Bledsoe got a $19 million aspiring. Julius Randle got $117 million or whatever. I take 19. I get rid of 17. I mean, I get rid of $117 million for $19 million all day, knowing that $19 million gonna be expiring, and you got the 7th pick. You moved up 3 slots. You know, now you win the game. Now you win the game. Now, so if you had to throw this year 42nd, maybe one of our young players, hopefully it's not the ones we talking about. I mean, if you had to throw, I hate to throw Cam Reddish in there, but you know what? The Sacramento came to me and said, give me Cam Reddish, the number 7, and this year's 42 or whatever, or next year's 1. And I would jump all on that. You know, because I think you get that 4, brother, changes the game, man. You get that 4 pick, and if you can get Jaden Ivey. I think it's just the way it goes. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. It's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, man. You know, 11 draft. This is one draft that can really, really help this franchise move forward in a real good way. Real talk. You know, for Barnes and Ivy, yeah, Frank, you serve. Yes, sir. So y'all cats got that on nail the head, man. Salute to everybody, man. Knicks Real Talk, man. Let's get it. We in the building. Salute to Shaw Power. Salute to KJ Events, my brothers, man. Everybody, quality jumper. Salute. Real Talk, man. Salute to the chat. You know, let's get it, man. Hit them thumbs up, man. Tell a friend, like, subscribe. Knicks Real Talk. We in the building. Y'all already know. But listen, man. Yeah, it's definitely some exciting times to be a Knicks fan, man. You know, so I'm ready to get it popping, man. I really am, man. I'm looking forward to Summer League. I'm looking forward to all this stuff, man. I'm looking forward to the season opening, man. I'll be back in the building again for sure. You know, but I'm looking forward to the season, man. You know, because this one left a kind of a bad taste in my mouth. Not a disastrous, but a bad taste. But I just think the Knicks gonna come out a different animal. I think Tom Thibodeau had a growing year this year for the mistakes that he even made. This year he probably had a chance to sit back and realize the mistakes that he made this year. Hopefully he come back as a better coach. You know what I mean? So hopefully he learned that. He realized that some of the things that he did, maybe be rotation wise, maybe playing time. I don't know, whatever the case may be. Let's hope the coach come back. He come back in a better situation. Long RJ taking a step. Just the whole team overall just come back better. And if they come back better, I'm not worried about our Knicks. Because like I said, I went for injuries and foul shooting this year. We would have been there. No question about it. I know we can't deal with if I would have, could have, should have, but them facts though. Facts. And we just got to hopefully we get it popping, man. But yeah, man, I'm excited about everything, man. Like the draft is here. And then and now that, man, after the draft, we can see if some trades gonna go down. Free agency like in July 1st or 7th or something like that. The first week of July, free agency. See what we're gonna do there. We're gonna be able to free up some cap space. Be able to free up some cap space, man, and see if we can get somebody out there on the free agent market. We hear the Donovan Mitchell noise, we hear all that. But it's really interesting, man. Things is happening already. In the NBA, pretty much, man. We got things going down already. Like I said, I think the Dallas Mavericks did well with the Christian Wood thing. I thought that was decent. I really thought that made that team better right there. 17-10, shot blocking as well, and they needed that. And shoot the ball good from three. And I wanted him with Mitch. I was like, if you could get Julius Randle to Houston for Christian Woods with his expiring contract and whoever, and they took that and some draft pick for Christian Woods, I would have did it. Because I think of Christian Wood and Mitchell Robinson front line, because that dude to stretch, he could stretch. You got two shot blockers, one could stretch the floor, and at 6'10", 6'11", that front line would have been crazy. With RJ Barrett at the three. So, I thought it would have made up for the side that we didn't have, but the skill set from a shooting standpoint would have been there, and it would have helped out Mitch, because you wouldn't have to worry about clocking it, because my man is not a back to the post type of player, Christian Woods. He's kind of agile like Julius Randle. So I thought that would have been like, but salute to the Dallas Mavericks. I think they got a good defense team down there now with him, doing Smitty Smith. I think they're gonna shine Brunson back. You got Reggie Bullock, a defender down there now. Now Luka Doncic got somebody to cover his weaknesses, which is defense. Him and Maxie Cleveland, that was their weakness. Their weakness was defense. So to bring Christian Woods in there, man, that now you got 4 defenders in the starting line instead of 3. And now you can cover for Luka Doncic, because he don't play defense with nobody. So I think that was a good move for them overall. But I wish we could have got that boy here, man. I was like, man, 13 million aspiring. I was like, yo, and he got game too. I thought that would have been a good move. So but yeah, man, and that was the move that happened. Now so we got to see what we're gonna do, man. We got to see what we're gonna do, because there's some things out there, man. They're flowing in the NBA, and I know we're gonna be in the mix of all the noise and the chatter as well. The rest in the next couple of weeks, a month, whatever. So we just got to keep our ears to the ground and our eyes open to see if we're gonna be in the mix. But I'm definitely looking to get in there, man. But like even in this draft here, it's very interesting what's going on there, man. If you look at Jabari, like I said, Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, Blancho, Keegan Murray, to me, and Jaden Ivey, that's pretty much the creme de la creme of that draft to me. Them top 5 dudes right there is the top 5, I would say, and everybody else. I mean, they probably can be in the top 5, but for me, them dudes definitely gonna be players in the NBA. Like Jabari Smith and Bonchero and Holmgren and Ivy and Keegan Murray, to me, gonna be NBA players. You best believe that. You know what I mean? So I just think that after that, man, you also got some more good talent down there. Like I said, you go down to Daniels, Jewel, Griffin, Maturin, all them guys, man. You got some talent pretty much going down there. Shannon Sharp. The jury's out for me on Shannon Sharp, because I've never seen them play in college. I don't really know other than what I've seen on highlights of his AAU and whatever the case may be. I haven't seen too much from him. So, but the man he got hops though. I know that much, and he got a little bit of mid-range stroke. Me watching some of the videos and stuff. He got a pretty decent mid-range stroke there. So we'll see guys like him and Johnny Davis, Malachi and all the guys. They're no second tier dudes to me. But that creme de la creme is at the top of the top 5. I just think that's I think Bonchero gonna be nice. He NBA ready. Jabari Smith NBA ready. Chet Holmgren NBA ready. Ivy NBA ready, and I think Keegan Murray is NBA ready. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's gonna be some guys you're gonna be seeing not playing in the NBA. In the top 5, you ain't drafting them cats to sit down. You know what I mean? So let's hope that that's for sure. You ain't draft nobody in the top 5 to sit on the bench. So them cats going to either be game changers or help change the franchise direction. In a positive way. Not that they're gonna change it for the sake of them winning the championship, but they just start a foundation with either what they already have or what they're trying to go to. So I think them 5 guys, they're going to start in the NBA. So let's see how it goes. Real talk, because I do think they talented. So really, man, the big thing is out there, the 7th pick and the 4th pick. Knicks are definitely in talks with the 4th pick. So that's interesting to know that the Knicks out there trying to get better. You hear the Knicks out there making it happen. So, that's good. That's good that they trying to do that. Y'all got to pardon my screen, man. I had to go back to the old thing, man, because something happened on my computer, whatever. But, I'm looking forward to them getting somebody decent. If they move up, man, and they get my boy, I'm good. Y'all got to speak that Jaden Ivey into existence. That's real. I mean, I know it's a lot of competition out there, but we got infrastructure to get it. We got pieces, we got draft picks to make a deal with Sacramento to get that. No matter which direction wants Sacramento want to go. If they want a quality player, a starter rotation player, we got some. Whether it's Julius Randle, whether I don't get with Evan Fournier, the deal is to give them somebody, because you're giving them back the 11th and you're getting the 4th. So the key is giving them something they can use. People talk about Julius Randle and Sabonis. That ain't no big deal. You could move Sabonis to the 5, and Julius Randle don't play with his back to the basket. Nobody. So he's not clocking up the middle on Sabonis, because Sabonis down there is a banger. Julius Randle kind of turned into a outside in dude instead of exposed to an inside out guy. Julius Randle game used to be kind of like sometimes inside out, but now it's like outside. He's more out there shooting J's now instead of putting it back to the basket and backing cats down, which that 6'8" frame don't help none anyway. That's why he probably had to change his game up and kind of move out to the outside and work his way downhill. But I can still see him playing with Sabonis. Now he out there, him, Sabonis, and De'Aaron Fox ain't bad. And you got the young boy Davion Mitchell, who looked like he was having a good phenomenal year at the end of the year last year. So they still got some talent. There, Harrison Barnes. So you put Julius Randle, Harrison Barnes, unless you got to move Harrison Barnes over here. I'll take the Julius Randle trade, but I could have seen Sabonis, Harrison Barnes, and Julius Randle, and my man De'Aaron Fox and Mitchell. It's a decent team. They probably had to put something extra there, but I think it was decent though. But if that's what you do, that 4th pick for Sacramento, even if you're throwing next year's Dallas pick, hey, I do the 11 next year's Dallas pick. You could have the second, you could have a 42nd this year. I don't care to get up to the 4th spot to get Jaden Ivey. I do it in a heartbeat, bro. Because that's why the Knicks got good infrastructure. That's why I do it, because we giving away a pick that ain't even ours. So we did the right thing down in New York. The infrastructure is good. They can wheel and deal. They got some players down there. And like I said, they got enough talent. One thing about Alex Burks, he can help a playoff team. One thing about Nerlens Noel, when he healthy, he can help a playoff team. You know what I mean? Portland should be shooting for Nerlens Noel to back up. That's what they lack down there, the defense present. You put Nerlens Noel in the trade to Portland for that, and they willing to do that to get that 7th pick. And I think Portland will take Nerlens Noel as a backup center who's a dominating shot blocker, a good defender down there, backing up their center, or even if he started 41 games for the Knicks last year, we went to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I think people down on Nerlens Noel because he got hurt this year. But Nerlens Noel was a big cog. He was a big part of that thing last year for the Knicks. That's why he was part of that number 4 defense in the top 5 in the NBA last year, because his presence was there when Mitchell Robinson went down. He held that interior down for the Knicks last year. So, I think Portland Trailblazers would be glad to have a guy like him, I think, because he's an NBA veteran. It fits what they're trying to do. He's an aspiring contract. It fits what they're trying to go forward anyway, to be in the mix with Damian Lillard. I think you get a good backup center or start you if they want to start him, and you got 4 dominant players around Nerlens Noel. But we missed Nerlens Noel this year. We missed the hell out of Nerlens Noel this year, but it showed in our record, showed in our defense. You know what I mean? So if you could put him in and pick the Portland with somebody, and I think you got something that might pop off. Yo, salute my man D Ross, salute my brother, salute. Yeah, you got something that might pop off, man. I think that could happen. So, in the next couple of days, we'll see what's gonna go, man. Whether it happens on draft night or the trigger get pulled for it, and let's see, man. Let's see how it goes in the next 3 days, 4 days. Let's see if the Knicks gonna get it popping, man. I'm ready to go, brother. I'm ready to get this thing going, man. Knicks will talk. We want to be in the building and see these guys do something good, man. They've been doing it good lately. Let's keep it going. That's real talk. And I think no matter which direction they go with Julius Randle, we keep Julius Randle. I'm good with that too. To all my fans out there, I ain't tripping. I'm a Julius Randle guy as well. But either way it go, I think it's a win-win no matter what happens. My thing is, if you move Julius Randle, just bring somebody in just as good as him, but make sure they're at a different position at the point guard. You can get a point guard from Dom. He can help with give you Julius Randle numbers at the point guard spot or close to that, and then have Obi Toppin at the 4, giving us about 17 a game. Then you still with a win-win. You got a talented player and Obi Toppin chance to play a lot of minutes, and you solve the point guard situation. But you might have lost Julius Randle. But say if your point guard could do what Julius Randle could do, then it's not a big deal. Then you ain't crying over spilled milk. You can get somebody in here a point guard who can bring contribute to the winning at a good level. And then you move on. But if you don't think you need to move on, you can keep him here and add some pieces with him. Hey, obviously I don't know if you can do that, but just hypothetically, if you can, let's say if you kept R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle, but you found a way to get Donovan Mitchell. Hypothetically, you would have to probably give up the boatload of stuff to get him with Evan Fournier and Alex Burks and this guy plus 5 picks. I don't know, whatever. That's what you probably had to wind up. You had to give up a lot to do that. But if you did, you had Julius Randle, Donovan Mitchell, and R.J. Barrett, not a foundation for the next 4 years. But the problem with that is all 3 of them cats gonna be making close to $30 million. Donovan Mitchell making 30, Julius Randle making 26. You probably gonna get R.J. around the same, close to it. You know what I mean? So do you think Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, and Donovan Mitchell can get you in the East, get you to the Eastern Conference Finals? With maybe whoever else is on the team. If you think they could do that, then you keep Julius Randle. But I'm not keeping Julius Randle just to get to the playoffs. That, to me, that's bogus. So you might well move on from that. If you're going to get Julius Randle just to get to the playoffs, then you need to move Julius Randle. But if you're going to keep Julius Randle to bring somebody with him to get you to another level, then you keep him. But if not, get at the Obi Toppin, man. There ain't no loss. It's about the number, the name on the front, not the back anyway. So you just give it to Obi Toppin, get you a bona fide point guard who can do what Julius Randle do, and you didn't lose nothing. You gain. You gain Julius Randle talent, plus you got somebody at his spot who athletic can do just about that. So that's why I'm comfortable with it, man. Let's see how it goes. Real talk, man. But it's good though, man. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all cats is on fire up in there, and everybody, Parish, everybody, man. Salute. Salute to y'all for checking out where you checking out from, man. We appreciate you. And like I said, salute to my brothers, my partners in crime, KJ and Shaw Powers. But yeah, man, for the most part, man, happy Father's Day once again. But yeah, we're gonna get it, man. We be in the building, man. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting, man. I'm hoping the Knicks go out. I'm confident they're gonna do the right thing because of who they have around them now, and the front office. I'm comfortable with these guys, man. I really am. They ain't the creme de la creme, but they ain't the worst neither. So I'm happy with that. This is an important year for Scott Perry, Leon Rose, and Worldwide West, and them. This is their 3rd year. And I think they did right the first 2. I mean, other than the Kemba Walker thing, you want to give him a bad grade for the Kemba Walker thing. Other than that, I really don't have no problem with who they kept. I didn't have no problem with Nerlens Noel coming back. I didn't like I wasn't big on a Fournier thing just for the reason of the money, and I thought you could have got a 2-way guy at that position that could play both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? That was my only thing with that. But Fournier, he's a savvy veteran, decent ball player. He really is. I'm not knocking his talent, but I think for that money right there, you could have got a 3-point shooter and somebody with defense, or you could have kept Reggie Bullock for $10 million. So that's where I'm at with that. But other than that, I have no problem with what they did this year, man. Because I think they brought back the team because they earned it. They played good. They figured that team can get them, close to where they, to the playoffs again. And obviously it didn't happen. So we'll leave it at that. But I think that team come back better this year, a little bit more hungrier. After seeing these other guys get there and prosper in the playoffs. One thing when you're not in the playoffs, you see them in the playoffs, you see that intensity, that energy, it makes you want to get there. Like, the Knicks wish they was up in there. You know what I mean? A lot of teams wish they went further because that's a exciting place to be in the playoffs, playing in in a winner go home situation. It's pretty fun to know. It's different than playing on a night when you playing in a regular season. It's almost like it's just a job. But when you in the playoffs, it changes. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, now I'm fighting for something. It's like I'm fighting for that big raise, or I'm fighting for that, that extra position in my company. But that's how it is in the playoffs opposed to the regular season. I think when you get in the playoffs, everything goes up, man. So I think them young guys on the Knicks and the other players like Julius Randle, them probably was mad they wasn't there. R.J. Barrett probably pissed they wasn't in the playoffs. Because that's what they had that taste last year, even though it ended short, but they had that taste. I'm quite sure they want to get back up in there, but so hopefully they come back hungry, a little bit more hungry this year, and ready to take the past season and just brush the shoulders off and keep it moving, and come back and compete, man. So let's see how it goes. But I'm excited about it. I think our Knicks will be in the playoffs. I think we're going to do the right thing in the draft coming up Wednesday. I'm confident in what we got moving forward. You know what I mean? And I know sometimes you don't see that's the case, but you got to look at both sides of the fence, and not so much everything negative that happened to the Knicks. So that's easy. Taking the negative way out about the Knicks is easy. That's what people do. Whether it's the back pages, the tabloid, procrastinators, everybody, perpetrators, whatever. It's easy to dog the Knicks. You know what I mean? But then whatever. But also you got to reward them for the good stuff they do. And I think they did some good things, man. It's been a long time, and since we was in a situation like this. Think about this here. Go back in Knicks history as far as you can remember. That the Knicks front office and their structure is this intact. Think about that. When the last time you ever seen the Knicks with six first round picks in the next 4 years or whatever amount of second rounders, you got flexible cap space. You drafting good talent. You know what I mean? We had, because we was always used to buying stuff. We always want to buy players that fill in gaps. I think they're going to get us to the playoffs instead of building from the ground up, which I'm think, like I said, so the Scott Perry said, you're going to tear it down, you're going to build it back up, and when it takes time. But going into the fourth year, I think he did a good job. I really think he did. And so I got to salute him on that. But now it's time to show and prove with Leon Rose and Worldwide Western guys. Now let's earn your paycheck now. Go out there, earn your paycheck this year, and bring the Knicks to some relevancy, man. Get us back. I like what we're doing. I like what we got. Like I said, I hope a lot of other Knicks in the fan base realize that we got a good team down there. We got talent. We just had an off year, man. So, and it happened. The Lakers had an off year. They, injuries is injuries. Yeah, I'm not comparing Derrick Rose and Lonzo Well to Anthony Davis, but they brought it to our team. Just like that team was on the cusp of trying to win a championship. So losing AD, losing LeBron half of the season. Russell Westbrook, wasn't at his best at the beginning of the season, and a lot of your guys, other than Malik Monk and them guys that really did their thing, but they lost a lot, So they think about the Lakers. They trying to win a championship. They didn't even make the playoffs. So it happened. It happened. Anthony Davis couldn't hold it down. LeBron couldn't. He averaged 30 this year. And couldn't. But his talent around was injured. So and that's the way I feel about our Knicks, man. I just think that Nerlens Noel and Derrick Rose was a setback. It just took everybody out of position. You took a good scoring dude off the bench like Alex Burks, and you put him in the starting lineup. Now you lost his money on his production in the back in the second unit. You take Derrick Rose, lose that 13 a game, shooting almost 40% from three. You lose that, and that's another 13, 14. Like I said, man, you lost literally 20-some points in your backcourt because of injuries. And then and it happens. Kemba Walker, you lost that in the starting lineup because he didn't give you nothing. So it was but then the things and free throw shooting, I wouldn't have had a problem with the season, but it didn't happen, man. So we keep it moving, man. But salute to everybody, man. Like I said, I'm glad y'all came in tonight, man. Real talk, man. I just want to get in here and talk about this draft thing because it's about to be upon us. Y'all seen the guys that I put up there in the video, man. And so a lot of them out there gonna be shockers. There's some good dudes out there, man. I really believe that. This is one of them years where you don't got a bunch of superstars in the draft. You got some good players. You got a bunch of good players. You got 4 or 5, that pretty much going to hit. But you got a lot of good players in this draft. They might not be all stars and all that, but they're good players. So one thing I can say that the talent keeps coming through the pipeline, and that's a good thing. Keep the NBA looking good. So we can always watch some decent basketball. Yeah, Allah Wise, real talk, man. He did, man. That was a big. I think people underestimate how bad Kemba Walker not cost a team, but it hurt the team. That's real talk. I mean, to have that guy, just knowing that he's gonna be a starting point guard, but in the talent that he had the year before in his career, I mean, even in 43 games, Kemba Walker the other year had 19 a game. 19 a game. And this, so even if you didn't get that, you got 3/3 of that. He could have run up being 15 a game with 7 assists consistently. That would have made a big difference. It would have made a big difference because now Alex Burks would have him and quickly would have come out the bench popping. You know what I mean? And Derrick Rose, so it was tough. But I agree with you, man. Kimber hurt us a great deal, brother. That set us back a little bit in New York, for the season. But I think my only trepidation too is when he went down, why you didn't let McBride start getting his time. When he benched Kemba Walker the first time, took him out of rotation the first time at the beginning of the season. That's one of my things. I don't get on timetable a lot about things, but I had to say timetable. That's where he messed up at. When Kemba Walker went down, they should have had put my man, at least move somebody up to the starting guard, but you should have let McBride play. But so time the second half of the season came, he'd have been ready. He would have been good. He would have had some repetition and some rhythm, but he didn't do it, man. I was disappointed with Tibbs on that one. I thought that was a bad move. But he made some good ones, but that was one I wish he would have did when Kemba Walker would have just get and threw the cat in here. You learn by getting out there bumping heads with the people, man, and bumping bodies with the people, and learning on the fly, and I think if you would have did that, so we went into the second half of the season, McBride would have been good to go. He'd have been good to go. I think the kid got some dog in him. He got some talent. But hoping that's what I mean. Hopefully this year he get to come back and show improvement, get to use it. Because he's a good defender, got a nice 3-ball stroke, got to work on getting at the bucket off the dribble, but he a dog, man. You got dog in him, and we need them. Yeah, man. Great point there, man. And I think that's what they're gonna do. I'm hoping that the team shot in the 40% last year. We shot abysmal from the 2-point area last year. We was like 40%. Other than Mitchell Robinson and Obi Toppin, which is 70-something% or 50-something%, 60%, whatever. But everybody else, and they was abysmal. Randall shot around 40%. RJ shot around 40%. Quickly 39. This is from this 2-point area. So we ain't even talking about the 3-point area. So our team did not shoot the ball well up and down. The team wasn't one guy, wasn't two guys. The whole team didn't shoot over 40%, that much over 40% last year. And then the 3-point ball just didn't fall like the year before. So, other than Fournier and Grimes, them were the pretty much, I could say, consistent. And Todd Gibson. Funny to say that, but, with a less amount of attempts, but they was knocking down the 3-ball pretty accurate. But everybody else didn't have it. So Randall was like 30%, 32%, whatever. He had an abysmal year from the 3-point line. RJ shot around league average, I'm assuming. You guys had an off year for the 3-point line, man. And so what happens in the offense from year 1 to year 2 under Tibbs? I think we brought in too many cats who needed the ball. I think Fournier took the rhythm away from. Reggie Bullock didn't do that. Reggie Bullock didn't need shot. You just needed to get him a shot in the corner. Evan Fournier, to me, disrupted the rhythm of that offense because now where RJ and Randall was used to doing last year, they had to get the ball up to maybe more than you normally would have to give it up to Alpha Payton and give it up to Reggie Bullock. Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, they need the ball. That's what the Knicks messed up at to me. It wasn't Fournier's skill. He took RJ and Randall out of certain rhythms that they used to have last year because, like I said, the mother cat didn't demand to shoot. Alpha Payton wasn't trying to shoot. Reggie Bullock wasn't trying to shoot. They was more on the defense end and things like that. But when you brought in Evan Fournier, he got to have the ball in his hand sometime. Other than catch and shoot, when he get the ball, he trying to score. But that's what he do. I didn't think the Knicks needed that. I think we should have just had a 3-and-D there, or kept RJ where he was at and got a 3-and-D. And that's why I said, well, Reggie Bullock, you could have just kept Reggie Bullock. That would have been that simple. Kept Reggie Bullock and let him do the thing off the bench or whatever. But yeah, you're right, Sana Smile, and that's where I'm at with that, man. Sana Smile, 100%. He a good player. I mean, he can knock him down with the best of them. I mean, the cat and he got a good. I like his float game in the middle. Evan Fournier I just think he need to be on a contending team. This stage of his career, like he should have signed with somebody like, like Milwaukee, or stayed in Boston, or something like that, or went to a team who was trying to get to that, or that level of championship. I just think that him coming to the Knicks to me was that I didn't like that contract. I didn't like it for the simple fact that he wasn't 3-and-D type skill set. You know what I mean? He was a turnstile this year, man. That's why I said, much as we want to rag on Mitchell Robinson, you better thank God the Knicks had Mitchell Robinson this year, where they was giving up buckets coming down the middle. Like Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker had to be one of the worst defense backcourts in the NBA this year. They had limited time that Kemba Walker played. Alex Burks and Fournier, that was not a good defense backcourt. So all you were doing was putting pressure on Mitchell Robinson every game, because he got to come up there and try to defend the guys who are getting past him. So it was like a turnstile in the backcourt. So I think that was a big reason why I felt that we didn't get to where we wanted to go this year. I think there was a disruption to me. So when I was speaking about the front office, but telling the move they made, I think that was one of the better. That was a bad grade right there. I think that just was a bad grade. The Kemba Walker, the backcourt signing, I think to me, I don't think Leon Rose hit that nail on the head this year. So let's see how they do this year. They drafted him pretty decent. I think that experiment, but don't get me wrong, Kemba Walker wasn't even an A and B option. He was more like C and D. You know what I mean? That wasn't like the Knicks were going after to get Kemba Walker. He just happened to be a last option for the Knicks because Oklahoma City was willing to do that. It's not a bad deal because he was only $9 million and it's expiring anyway, so it wasn't the end of the world. That's why it wasn't a total disaster, because we knew that it was only $9 million. He'd be off the books next year because he had expiring, so it's not a big deal, but the experiment didn't work. I think it cost the Knicks moving forward, trying to be a better team this year. But I think Tom Thibodeau, if we would have put Big Bride in there, it might have made a big difference. It would have made our defense a little more stout in the backcourt. You might have lost offense, but you gained on defense, and that's what we do down there. You know what I mean? So you might have lost a little bit of offense with Deuce Bride, but you gained a lot more defense, and I think that could have made a difference because we had cats can get buckets. Randall can get buckets. RJ can get buckets. So that would have made it. I think that would have made that lineup much better. It would have been taking away rhythm from RJ Barrett and Julius. But that's why they stopped. To me, that's the reason why they field goal percentage was low, as I was saying earlier. But we'll see, man. We got to see what the Knicks gonna do, man. I think this team's gonna come back. I think they're gonna respond. I think, if Paris is 100%, man, he took $10 million there. I think the Knicks should have gave him that. But even if it was the type of deal you gave everybody else, you should have gave him a 2-year or whatever. I think he would have did that. Staying home. He's from Maryland. He East Coast brother. He's from Maryland, so he was right there. He was right there by home. So Reggie Bullock, that we missed that defense on that wing position, man. And this year, that's why our defense went the way it went this year. It went from top to top of the NBA last year to like 15th. We missed wing. We had no wing defending up RJ. So that was a big blow for us. I like that, man, child. I think they want to put Danny Green in there, and you know what? If that's what it takes, but you also get to move Danny Green. I mean, you can move him. He probably got expiring. I think his expiring. Not the case. So, but that's not. I like Alex Burks. If we was going in a win now direction, I'll say keep Alex Burks. But if getting the 23rd pick, you got more picks to rumble and deal with. So now you could get a 42nd and the 23rd and the 11th pick to somebody. The more picks you got, the better your chances of moving up. You know what I mean? So I ate 11th, the 23rd, the 42nd, and next year's Dallas will get you up, get you higher than where you at. Knowing that we got a lot of young players now, so bringing in 4 more young players, I don't know if that's going to work. Unless you empty out all these veteran league guys, but moving Alex Burks and Noel, what I like about that is, depending on who you bring back in, I wouldn't mind them. Then guys they really wasn't in the rotation. But you got the picks, and you got 2 guys who won't be in the rotation. You freed up 2 roster spots. So and that's giving somebody the opportunity to get more minutes. So I think they got to do a wheel and deal in a certain fashion. But I think they make it happen. I think they got some boys out there, man. I think a lot of these guys gonna fall a little deeper than we think they is. Believe it or not, but it's some cats down there, man. It's some good dudes down there. I mean, some mouse got Beauchamp dropping all the way down to 23. You know what I mean? But there's some good cats out there, man. It really is. I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with that boy from overseas, Jokic. But that cat like 6'10" guard. 6'8" to 6'10", something like 6'10" guard. I'm like, he handled like that forward. I meant to say, Nikola Jovic, power forward. I meant to say 6'11", 6'11", and he can shoot it too. He can shoot it. So I mean, you think about it, he's gonna be down there in the second, in the lower first round. I mean, and I think Denver. I think that Denver gonna try to get him. Nikola, that's one of the countrymen. You know what I mean? They probably gonna try to get that boy. I guarantee he might end up in Denver if he dropped that far. I know they're talking about it in Denver, so you never know. But it's a lot of guys. Blake, I like Blake Wesley. He's decent, but like I said, it's gonna be hard for them guys to crack the Knicks rotation, the team down that far, guys. I mean, I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do, because we got the 25th, right? And you know what? And with the Danny Green thing, see, to me, he got an expiring contract. I waive him to free up a roster spot. Don't even worry about it, man. Don't worry. Thank you, Danny Green. Or we try to move him to a contender. You pick up Danny Green, know what you do? Say, listen, we're not trying to do that. But Danny Green, New York, though, he's New Yorker. He's one of these New York product boys. You know what I mean? Long Island in the building. So Danny Green is, he's a New York resident. But the man, he's a good veteran. The good thing about him, he ain't looking to take nobody's spot. He's right now his career. He like Andre Iguodala. Not a bad person to have around culture-wise, from a culture standpoint, and he shoots the 3 ball with the best of them. As long as he ain't eating nobody time, but unless he beats somebody out, then if Danny Green come in and spank one of y'all in training camp, he better than you, then he deserved to play. So, but that's why it's kind of hard to say, why would I give up Alex Burks for Danny Green? But it's that 23rd pick though. So, and that 23rd pick, that's an asset. It's an asset. And knowing Brock Aller, he know what to do with it. That's why I said Brock Aller, the cats like that, they know what to do with them picks. Brock Aller take that 23rd pick, he'll flip it into 2 picks. He did it last year. I mean, that dude, he know how to wheel and deal, him and Scott Perry. What he did with that Deuce McBride deal, and how he flipped that and got 2 from, I was like, this dude is wheeling and dealing. So I mean, that cat Brock Aller. So I think if we get the 23rd pick, he'll know what to do with that. Even if you don't think he's gonna play on the Knicks because of the way we presently stack right now, he'll make something happen with that, man. The more assets you get, the better your chances of moving up. To try to get the cats we talk about that we want to see in the building. So it's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, hey, I agree with you on that. Like I said, I don't have a problem keeping Julius Randle and getting Jaden Ivey. I still don't. I think you just go get Jaden Ivey if you can. If you can get, I don't care if you keep Julius Randle or not. Julius Randle was a talent, but I do believe if the Knicks keep Julius Randle, let me tell y'all, they're not just going to draft anybody. They might trade the draft pick a bit. Because let me tell you why. You're not keeping $117 million just to be not getting to the playoffs. I'm not giving Julius Randle 20-something years if we're not in the playoffs. That is a waste of money. So if you keep Julius Randle, you best believe the Knicks are going to be trying to fight for the playoffs. Other than that, there's no reason to keep Julius Randle. None. If you ain't going for the playoffs. You're going to pay somebody $26 million and you're not worried about going to the playoffs. That would be a disaster. Why would I get somebody a max? You don't got to give a max. You ain't worried about them getting to the playoffs. So if you keep Julius Randle, the New York Knicks is going to bring in players, maybe like a Jalen Brunson, maybe like whoever. It won't be the way we want them to go, but I do think if they keep Julius Randle, Knicks are bringing in players who can win now. They're gonna be in win now mode. If they keep Julius Randle, they talking about somebody gonna help get them down into the Eastern Conference Final. Or if that's not the case, why keep $117 million? That is asinine. So let's hope they don't do that. That's why I think the Julius Randle thing, you got to figure out which direction we're going to go. Are we going to keep Julius Randle and try to build the thing and get to the playoffs and retool or rebuild? Because if you're retooling, then Julius Randle, and you might have to go out there and try to get somebody to go with him and RJ Barrett. And Mitchell Robinson if you sign him. Because other than that, then there makes absolutely no sense unless you think somebody in this draft is that good that'll help, that can come here with RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, whatever they got around them, and get us in the playoffs. If that's the case, then you keep Julius Randle. So we got to realize that if we talk about keeping Julius Randle, we talking about the Knicks being good. You are talking about the Knicks being good if we keep Julius Randle. Because if you keep him, what you keep him for, it just don't make no sense. So if Julius Randle's staying, these picks this whole draft thing might be relevant, might not even be relevant. It might not be relevant if you keep Julius Randle because they're gonna be fighting for the playoffs. So can somebody on 11th pick come by and make a difference on the Knicks team right now, the playoff team, with Cam Reddish and all these guys sitting there in the background? Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. But it's gonna be interesting to see, man. How them dudes side up. But salute to the chat, man. Real talk. You see me holding it down for myself, so it's gonna be nothing but divine voice tonight, man. But you know me, man. I'll keep it moving, man. I let this ocean of water flow up all day. It ain't bad at me. I'm a Knick, man. I love it. So let's get it, man. Yeah, man. Real talk, man. Everything is good, man. Like I said, I'm good up in here. Salute to all you cats, man. Y'all gotta pop it in the chat, man. Thank y'all for hanging in with this Knick talk, man. We always gotta find some avenues to cover, man. The season is finally officially over, and my prediction came right. Like I told y'all before this thing started, go check the receipts. I said, Golden State Warriors 4-2. Check the receipts. Because I knew that offense, they could, they had, both of them had good defense. Boston had a number 1 defense. Golden State had a number 2 defense. The difference is Steph Curry and their offense is way better than theirs. And that's why they beat them 4-2. I seen that coming. It's like, them cats was shooting that ball on another level. They had one of the greatest players at that position to do it, Steph Curry. They had, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins. What can I say? I mean, listen, I wanted Andrew Wiggins 2 years ago. Everybody thought I was crazy. I mean, why don't you sit straight for Andrew Wiggins? That's what we needed at the 3. If you'd have had Andrew Wiggins at the 3 instead of Fournier and put RJ at the 2 and had Andrew Wiggins, think about how this team would have been from a defense standpoint, rebounding standpoint, everything. I would have paid that aspiring contract for Andrew Wiggins just because of what he could do. Real talk. It was only for 1 year. You know what I mean? Whatever. And then we could have talked about contract after that. Andrew Wiggins was the key to that series, man. So I just knew that they had a defender like him who can help slow Tatum down. I knew they had guys who can help slow them guys down. And, you take away Jaylen Tatum and Brown, it's a wrap. One of them, one of them got an off night, Boston normally don't win that much. So, but having somebody like Wiggins who could make it hard on Jason Tatum was a good thing for them. And like I said, I thought that Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and Andrew Wiggins would have been nice. I thought Wiggins, the way he played, that defense, got real good at it over the years. Took a lot of gripe about that guy, man, because I guess they thought he wouldn't come out to be the next LeBron. Had a lot of pressure on him coming into the NBA, man, like the chosen one or whatever. But that boy was a good ball player, though. He did his thing, man. Real talk. So, salute to them, man. But I figured that was going to happen. Real talk. So I'm glad I got the Divine Shadamas on that call to 4-2, and they did what they did. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to everything coming up, guys. Real talk, man. It was a pleasure hanging out with y'all guys, man. Y'all know I got to do a show called In the Building with Divine. I'll be dropping it maybe soon, man. It's just a show pretty much like this here, but I'm gonna be dealing with, interviews, a panel member here and there, bringing guests in, to get on the panel with me and talk some sports, but we still got Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. That ain't going nowhere. Me, Shy Power, the KJ, always gonna keep that going. That's just another thing on the channel where it's more like just interviewing people. Trying to get in there, interview people, man, and see what their perspectives is on the Knicks and all other sports as well. So y'all look out for In the Building with Divine. It'll be dropping sooner or later, man. And I'm looking forward to getting on there, having some fun with it as well. But I appreciate all you brothers out there, man, supporting, showing sisters. Y'all been holding me down, man. It ain't about the views, it's about the news. I mean, I love talking Knicks with my family, man. You know what it is, man. Blue and orange, so I die. It's like a way of life for me almost, man. Been a Knicks fan since 8 years old. Follow New York sports all my life, man. But orange and blue, what it is for me. And that's real talk right there, man. I love the Knicks. I love talking Knicks. Love being a fan of the Knicks. That, like I said, being in the game as long as I have, man. And one thing I look forward to when I was growing up, doing my thing and then getting to watch the Knicks on the TV. That was just what it is. So I'm glad to see the organization back in a better place. And hopefully moving forward, we keep pushing the envelope, man. And get till we got to go, man, because it's about championship time. Hopefully in the next certain many years, we got to get there, man. We overdue. But I think we on the right. I think we on the right road to go there. I think we're going in the right direction to get there. It's a matter about putting all the pieces together. I'm happy that we built. I love that we built it from the ground up, though. That's why I know we always talk about this now, but we got to keep RJ Barrett. We got to keep Mitchell Robinson, man. That's keeping it from the ground up. You know what I mean? You know, you keep that culture together, man. And if you bring RJ back, you bring Mitchell Robinson back. You know what I mean? And some of these other, and quickly and Obi keep popping. You keep that core together. Find that other piece. If Jaden Ivey that dude with RJ Barrett, let's just say RJ Barrett or Obi Toppin, hypothetically, you should go out there and make it happen. You know what I mean? But keep going the direction you're going, because like I said, you look at these championship teams, they started from the ground up. Ain't nobody buying championships. They built this thing from the ground up, man. Giannis and them, they came from the ground up. Golden State, ground up. Boston, ground up. You know what I mean? These cats came through the organization. Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. You got to build it from the ground up, man. And that's why I'm happy with the Knicks doing. That's why I'm good either way. Because I do think RJ Barrett won't be in the cuffs of something. Everybody sleep. Everybody think that boy ain't sexy. Don't think that once RJ Barrett get his field goal percentage up, it's a game over. Once that boy get his shooting period. We knew he wasn't a good shooter coming out of Duke, but look at everything else he do good. So imagine once he get his shooting right, go along with the way he play bully ball, the way he get down the lane. And getting fouled. Now he's gonna be learning how to take contact better, things of that nature. So it's gonna be interesting, man, to see what his maturation moving forward. But I'm comfortable with RJ Barrett, because like I said, that boy would have hit a free throw last year. RJ Barrett would have averaged 23 a game last year. Just miss a free throw. Just say he shot 75% last year. RJ Barrett have been 23 points a game. You know what I mean? So you see he got it in him, and I just think that one of the guys, no matter what you pay him, whatever you think he's worth, I don't have no problem. I don't care what you pay RJ Barrett, but just make sure he come back a New York Knick, because I think he got what it takes to play in New York City. He got what it takes. And the man growth and development is phenomenal. 14 in rookie year, 17, 20 in his third year. I mean, his fourth year, he's going to go up another level. And like I said, like Drew Hanlon said, he in there working on his finishing and playmaking. So that means you're going to expect RJ Barrett to come out this year a better finisher and a better playmaker. So now that go another level. You know what I mean? And if once he get them free throws down, it's game over. Because he ain't scared to take contact. RJ Barrett could play in this era. He could play in this era, because these guys nowadays, they're a lot of shooters, but this cat know how to play ball down. He go downhill. He go downhill, absorbing contact. He gonna start getting them and-1 calls pretty soon, man. I think he's gonna start getting more and-1 calls. Because I think now the referees know who he is. They know his game. Now the referee's gonna say, okay, I do know RJ Barrett pay. He initiates contact, but at the same time, he is not causing an offensive foul, and they're gonna start seeing that. So, he's going to get more calls this year than he did last. He just got to go to the free throw and knock him down. Remember, like I said, he dropped 46 on Jimmy Butler now. So, hey, let's not get it twisted. If he would have hit a free throw, he would have had a 50-point game. The youngest 21-year-old player with 11 30-point games this year, more than LaMelo Ball, more than all them cats. RJ Barrett, 11 30-point game, the youngest player to do it, and he's still growing. So let's not get it twisted. So now you go get Jaden Ivey. If I keep beating that horse, and then we got something brewing in New York, man. Let's get it popping, man. You know what I mean? And make this thing happen, man. Let's go Knicks, man. That's what it is. You salute to the chat again, man. You cats, always got hold my back, man. When my boys ain't here, even when they're here, y'all hold it down. You know how y'all do. But it's fun, man. It's good, man. So we're looking forward to 4 days, man. 4 days, like Manchild said, 4 days, man. Let's go Knicks. I want to see some moving and shaking. You know what I mean? I want to get this thing. I want to get it popping, man. We got to bring some talent up in here. You gotta give to get, though. But whoever it is, man, if we stand at 11, come on, Walt Perrin, do your thing. You and Scott Perry, get out there and make it happen. If we're gonna move up, let's go get it. Let's go get it. We want to go into 2022-23 season knowing that we got talent, more talent. I think Cam Reddish pops this year. Contract year. Got something to prove. We're just about to start getting in this groove before he jumped up and got that shoulder injury. I'm looking for Cam Reddish to come to training camp time. I'm taking everybody's job. I'm looking for Obi Toppin and quickly to come back better than they were last year. I want them to come out the way they were, and I think they will, the way they ended the season. I ain't worried about the competition, because you look at the numbers, and the game that Obi Toppin played, that over 30 minutes, the man was scoring 20 a game. These cats got some talent, man. So let's hope that they do the right thing and real talk, and develop these young men and let it get it popping. Knicks will be back next year, one way or the other. If you keep Julius Randle, like I said, we'll be back. Even if you don't keep Julius Randle, we're gonna be here. You just got to bring the right pieces and move the right pieces. But we'll see, man. We in a good place. We good. $40 million in aspiring, movable contracts. Fournier would be able to be moved. His contract, people may think, but he going into that last of that 2 years left on that contract. He can move that for a player like that. Lakers wish they had him. I mean, I think the Bucks wish they had him. Shit, Boston wish they had him because Marcus Smart, they needed a Fournier. They needed somebody who you pressuring Jaylen Brown, you pressuring Jason Tatum, sorry, and you got somebody like Fournier who just could do what he do on the outside. That would take a lot of pressure off them. So he's definitely a contract that somebody be willing to take. And I just think that if the Knicks go in the other direction, or if you keep him, you're going to bring him off the bench, obviously. But I'm good either way, man. I'm good in the direction of the way the Knicks go. If they go to try to get to the playoff winning route, then just make sure you don't mess with the infrastructure, and just make sure you keep this team for the next. We good for the next 10 years, and we keep doing what we're doing. We just got to keep Scott Perry got to keep managing these contracts right, and keep managing this draft right, and keep the infrastructure in place, knowing that if you're going to bring somebody in, their contract is only 2 or 3 years. Because if you sign RJ, then all you got to do is bring in. Now you can bring in guys who maybe on a 2-3 year contract worth 100, worth now. You only know it's only 2 or 3 years, so you could take gambles like that when you got the infrastructure there. Let's see if the Knicks gonna find a way to get some of these contracts out of here. So I do think Nerlens Noel will be going. That his name is out there. Alex Burks' name probably would be out there. We know Kemba Walker's name is gonna be out there. That's for sure. So I mean, the only elephant in the room to me is the Derrick Rose thing. But I think if they go in that other direction, keep Derrick Rose. I think Derrick Rose, the injury thing is tough, man. Don't get me wrong, God. I don't understand how everybody feels about the injuries, but the talent, But if you got to move in to get to bring something here that's going to make us better, then deuces. Then you got to go. You know what I mean? And I hate to say that about any player. Anything you bring here, if somebody here, we got on this team, got to go to make the team better, not the sentimental shit because you like the player. If we got to move somebody to make the team better, it is what it is, and as long as it's going to put us in the right direction. You know what I mean? Then I don't have nobody's expendable. You can trade anybody. So I think if the Knicks any player, you don't want to, but I do think our core. I like what we got though. Ain't too many teams you could say. If you look at our team, got 8 guys that's under that 8 that literally could play in a rotation. The Knicks got 8 young guys that literally could play in a rotation, in the Knicks rotation, no matter what. I think all of them could play. All the way down to Jericho Sims, McBride, Grimes, Manuel Quickly, all them dudes. I think right now the Knicks would probably realize what they got with them young guys. And they all on rookie deals. So other than RJ Barrett and and after this year and Cam Reddish, the other guy got another year, 2 years left on their deals. So they got a good little thing going on in New York, man. Hope they develop it right, and I think they all come back hungry. I think Deuce McBride comes back hungry. I would love to be in training camp for the New York Knicks this year. I wish I could be a fly on the wall in New York Knicks training camp. I know it's going to be a lot of competition. The more talent you got, the more competition it is. You know what I mean? And this cat's going to be gunning. I think right now, to me, I think it's Quickly's job to lose. Until you bring in another point guard in New York, I don't think nobody on that team is beating Manuel Quickly out for the point guard spot. The way we presently constructed right now, ain't nobody taking a Manuel Quickly job next year. So unless the Knicks bring in somebody, he going into training camp trying to take that spot. He like, I'm in my 3rd year. I want to be able to get my bag in a couple of years. So Quickly, we top and they know what they up against. They like, listen, we got 2 years to show and prove. So them cats gonna come back and want to get it, man. They done got a taste of this thing. This their 3rd year. They done got a taste of it. First year was kind of tough. Second year got better. Now this season coming in, they realize what they got to do, and I think you're gonna see the best of Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly because they know they got 2 years left before they get ready to be free agents, and they got to take that maturation step. They want to stay in the NBA and get money. So I think they're gonna be there putting in their work. You know what I mean? Obi a father with 2 kids, so Obi Toppin, man. He a father with 2 kids. You know what I mean? He want to make sure them kids eat for the rest of their life. So he gonna go put in work. Knicks gonna be a good team, man. They're gonna be more. I think they're gonna be more focused this year, more hungrier. You know, per se. Julius Randle know he had a bad year. Or they know he had a bad year. Them guys know this. That's on the back of their mind. What could I do not to replicate what I did this year or this season, or the past season? Excuse me. So I think all these guys are gonna be on a mission. Tibbs got to show and prove that he got to show and prove that that 41 win season wasn't no fluke. So he got to handle this business. So I'm really looking forward to the season, man. Real talk, man. But listen, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I just wanted to come holler at you cats, man. I appreciate y'all hanging there. Real talk. Enjoy the draft. 4 days, man. We'll be on and get it popping then, man. Hopefully we got some great stuff to talk about. Hopefully the Knicks did something to make us all feel good. You know what I mean? We're excited about going to the season, no matter which way it go. Just bring us some talent, bring some talent up in the building, and make it work for us, man. Once a Knick, always a Knick for me. I'm here, 50 years and counting, So I'm looking for these cats to get it popping, I think this is the best I've ever felt in a long time about this organization and what they try to do, because it's been a mess for a while, But now, I think we finally getting over that Rubicon, man. I think we finally really getting over the Rubicon. Now we're gonna really start. We got a taste of it last year. I was excited about that 41 win, and I don't think it was a fluke at all. Everything the Knicks went through last year, all 9 other teams went through it. The people talking about that was a fluke. Nah, that you telling me that Giannis championship was a fluke because we only played? Nah, everybody played the same amount of games. Everybody did the same amount of things. Every team in the NBA went through COVID just like everybody else. So we went through the same thing too. So we won 41 games. I just think that's because when Tom Thibodeau came in and changed that culture around, and that's what happened. So this year I think we stepped back. The only reason we stepped back because of injuries, and I just think that we brought in 2 players that didn't need to be here. That's it. So let's go Knicks. Salute to the chat, man. Child, peace, my brother. Salute all the fathers out there, man. Mothers playing father roles. I don't know, man. Stepfather, mental father, spiritual father. Just mentor, father, man. Salute to all you, man, for holding us down, man, and help bringing these seeds up, man, and trying to let them be a part of this experiment, man. So y'all keep being fathers out there, keep doing your day, man. And peace to my children, man. I love y'all. Y'all already know how it is, man. So let's get it, man. I see you cats Thursday. Shaw Powell, my brother, KJ and Vince, man. Happy Father's Day again. My partners in crime on the other side, man. They're holding it down right now. Enjoying it with the family. Me and my wife enjoyed it today as well. I cooked some crazy food on the grill, did all that good stuff, man, and got to spend it with my brother and my son. So it was all good, man. A lot of love in there, man. So we appreciate that. Until the next one, Knicks Real Talk. Divine, I'm out. Peace to the chat. Y'all already know what it is, man. Thank y'all for coming in, man. 100 all the time. The best chat in the business, all on wise heads up in there, man. Keeping Knicks Real Talk afloat. Until the next one, man, I appreciate you guys, man. Real talk, man. Y'all be safe. Enjoy your week. Draft night Thursday. Come on, New York. Let's go, New York. New York, go. Let's go get it, man. And I'll see y'all then, man. Peace. Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knick shit, dripping in Knick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena. Look at Click, that's the conglomerate. Knicks Real Talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage be on the job, my energy. 50 tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City trip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I think true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine on Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.